Didn't you just kill me?
You don't fear death. You welcome it. Your punishment must be more severe.
Torture.
Yes. But not of your body. Of your soul.
Where am I?
Home. Where I learned the truth about despair. As will you. There's a reason why this prison is the worst hell on earth. Hope. Every man who has rotted here over the centuries has looked up to the light and imagined climbing to freedom. So easy. So simple. And like shipwrecked men turning to seawater from uncontrollable thirst. Many have died trying. And learned here that there can be no true despair without hope. So, as I terrorize Gotham, I will feed its people hope to poison their souls. I will let them believe that they can survive so that you can watch them clambering over each other to stay in the sun. You can watch me torture an entire city. And then when you have truly understood the depth of your failure, we will fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny. We will destroy Gotham. And then, when it is done, and Gotham is ashes, then you have my permission to die.
Hey boys and girls. Well, let's make it really quick. The team acknowledges something and they sincerely apologize to me. And they deeply regret. Now, I actually don't want to hear anything. I want to see. So from this point onward, Namco Bandai, how about you stop shoving plus frames and mix-ups down my throat? I want you to rethink your approach of simplification and instead try to build a game that is expressive and option-rich. The people you do this for do not even value your game. Do you really believe people buy your game because it is simplified and plus frame riddled? I don't believe that. You do not need to stray from your path. You know, I believe you can make an aggressive game, but aggressive does not have to mean that I am so plus that there is nothing my opponent can do, and that is why I can be aggressive and press. Aggression can also mean that there are a ton of small interactions on high speeds. You know, rethink your approach. So much of the fire has burned out. Many people who were enthusiastic about, teaching people your game have no motivation anymore. Because you reduced so many key situations in a round to having a hard guess. I don't believe in abandoning the heat mechanics. You are creative. For Christ's sakes, we have 2025. You can modify your game. How about defensive mechanics that use my heat bar? Maybe even though it is not even active, but I reduce the length of my potential heat time by, using a defensive mechanic. The world is your oyster. But what frustrated me the most is how you have geared every single bit, even the heat burst, to be advantageous on block. You can create an enjoyable balance. What I have to say though, as harsh as this sounds, this sentence right here. We sincerely apologize that the actual balance changes did not align with the development intentions. When I read that sentence, I have to scratch my head massively. Because the actual balance change is, for example, a massively plus on block homing mid. What exactly was the actual intention behind this, if not to provide an extreme lockdown move, which is advantageous? I mean, you have to realize that you are telling me right now that main man is absolutely correct. You are telling me that the development intention was to put out a fire, yet people on the project poured gasoline into it. I do not demand, people publicly be executed for this, But I respectfully hope that there are now shifts in certain personnel which has creative authority over this shit. Because certain people on the team that may or may not come from a game with a lot of weapons did not actually understand their task here. The people of Tekken need you. They await your return. They want you to fight me. They want you to show me that I am wrong, that you can rise, that you can stand up again.
Why do we fall?
You do not fear death. You think this makes you strong. It makes you weak.
Why?
How can you move faster than possible? Fight longer than possible? Without the most powerful impulse of the spirit. The fear of death.
I do fear death. I fear dying in here. While my city burns. There's no one there to save it.
Then make the climb. As the child is. Without the rope. Then fear will find you again.